All right. Are we live? Are we live? We all the way live. Boom, boom. We all the way live. Are we live? Let me see. Bow, 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 bow. Yes, we are live. Okay. So the name of the stream is called Do You Want Attention or Love? Because recently I was on this kind of I don't know. I wanted people to be happy, right? So I wanted everybody to like love one another. I wanted everybody to be like hooked up because there's so many people out here talking about, being single, being single, being single. And I don't know what's going on. Maybe because the stuff that I'm looking at is putting the algorithm to all these different like pop the balloons in, in my algorithm. I'm thinking like, okay, you have all these people. I mean, like hundreds and hundreds of people, you know, looking for love. So I was like, let's just talking about it, because this is something that's just been floating around in the dating world. And I look at it like glitter, right? Glitter is pretty, is messy, and it gets everywhere. That part, right? So why are people so choosy? Why are they so picky? And why does it have to be so complicated? And why are you still single? And I want to talk about it. Let's get into it. You see, nowadays, folks, they want the whole package. I mean, they want the whole package. They want looks, they want money, they want the healing, they want communication skills, they want loyalty, and they want emotional intelligence. But meanwhile, they're still working on step one, and that's just answering a simple text message. No one's like returning phone calls. It's like no one is taking the time to even build these relationships, right? So you got people that chase their wants, like Beyonce on stage, right? But then they ignore it as if it's a bill and don't even want to even open it. So it's like you gotta pick your poison. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want to be in a relationship, it takes commitment, it takes time to be in um a relationship. Welcome in there, the Reese Scooch. Oh, mess up a name. Swartz. Welcome in, Swartz. You know, I want to be totally, totally honest. People are scared of rejection. They are scared to shoot their shot. They're scared to say how they feel because they rather flirt from a distance than take a risk in hearing no. Hey, Hassan. How are you doing? Good, good, good. What's up, Braden? Talking about relationships, right? And, you know, people they look at relationships as something that they want but they not willing to take the time to actually get it. And don't get me started with people who flirt just to see if they still got it. They want to see if they still got it. Oh, do I still got it? But you know what they're doing? They're hurting people in the process. Hey, Prolata. Hey, Kate Cos, welcome in. I'm gonna mess up a name. you know People, they don't want love. They just want applause and they just want attention. They just want that. They're not looking for a partner. They're just looking for someone who can like stroke their egos. They're just not willing to put it in. And then you got the people who are out here got straight up relationships. They straight up in a relationship, but then they feel like, oh, they get bored with their significant other. Their partner is not fulfilling their needs, so they have to feel like they have to go out and get it from somewhere else. To just like the backup, they want to see if they still got it. Thank you. Hi, Mike. So tonight we're going to break down why people are choosy, why they're confused, why they're scared, why they're inconsistent, and sometimes just wasting other people's time. So we're going to dive into some things tonight. So, you got a snack. You got some gym to drink. Grab your honesty because we about to get in it. So all this came across today because I was talking to someone very dear to me, right? I'm having these conversations with people, and like I said, it was at one time I just wanted everybody to be in a relationship. So I know a lot of single people, a lot of single people. And I'm thinking like, okay, I know all these single women, I know all these single men. How about I just put them together so they can become couples, right? Cuz who doesn't love a couple, right? But what I'm finding out is like people are just so picky. Oh, thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. You guys hit the like button too. So, this is the thing. If you are looking for love, you know what? Matter of fact, the people in this chat that's listening to my voice right now, if you're in love, are you? If you're in a relationship, put up a some kind of like a emoji. It could be any emoji. I just want to see who's in a relationship right now. And if you're not in a relationship, put up the number one. Put up the number one if you're not in a relationship. Put up an emoji if you are. Let's see. Hi, Nicole. Oh, thank you, Nicole. I appreciate that. So, I mean, I'm not seeing anybody. It might be a delay, but I don't know. Oh, okay. So I see a lot of people putting up like heart emojis and putting up okay. Okay. So there are some people in that are in a relationship. So I guess I just want to ask a question. If you are in a relationship with somebody, right? What keeps you with that person? Like, hey Jessica, what keeps you with that person? Okay, so Mike is one. Thank you, Mike. I mean, what keeps you from not wandering? Because I feel like people they wander. They want more. It's like their relationship is not enough. And I think that's hey wellness. Hello, hello, hello. I'm just talking about like relationships because I have so many people right now and it's the holidays, right? And so I feel like this is cupcake season. You want a cupcake. You want to hold that person close. You want someone you can grab onto. And I just feel like I don't know. Like for me, just I mean, not trying to put my business out there, but I feel like a lot of times people they just want to see. Like they want to just see where I'm at. Almost like testing the waters or something. And that's what made me kind of think about this as well. It's like, why do people try to reach out to you? Like, why? Like, they're not serious. Like, people are not serious. They'll just put, like, oh, like, matter of fact, not that I was trying to hook somebody up, but I was these two people and I really liked them. And I was like, oh, they'll be really good together, right? And so I gave one person the information, and then they didn't even do nothing with it. And so when I asked the other person, they said, "Oh, they didn't say nothing." It's just like, why are you okay? I get it. Like I'm the one that kind of, put that like feeder out there. But then once you had it, just keep it a buck. Like if you don't like, oh no, I'm not interested, but don't get the information and don't do nothing with it. And I was talking to someone earlier today and they were saying like, I don't understand what it's like not to be a woman. Merry Christmas. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. Because you're right. I'm not a man. I'm not a man. I don't know what it's like. I don't have the pressure of going out trying to find somebody. And maybe it's a little different for women than men that they feel like they don't have to go out and um how can I say this? Um like they don't have to find a partner. Like that's I mean, if you're a traditional person, it's like a man will seek a wife kind of thing or seek a partner. Oh, that's cool. That's fine. No worries, Nicole. So maybe it's a pressure, but he was saying like, it's hard because like I said when I first started, men rather flirt from a distance and then to just take a chance and to see what it's like with that guy. So when you talk about fear and rejection, I guess that's like a real thing because nobody wants to feel rejected, right? But it's like when you look at rejection, they have this thing. It's like they don't want to be embarrassed. They get the fear of being judged, and I guess that tears a person like self-esteem down. It tears down their confidence, right? So now their confidence is all shot and everything. And there's this saying. It says, "People are scared to shoot their shot because their self-esteem can't survive a miss." Ooh, that's pretty deep. That's pretty deep. So I wonder why like people go on these shows like like Pop the Balloon. It's like you almost not guarantee, but it's almost like you have some kind of chance, right? Because like, okay, you have men that are here that are looking for someone, you have a woman that's over here looking for someone. So this particular Pop the Balloon, and this is from Cinematic Bands film. So I'll make sure that I put down in the link this actual Pop the Balloon, but I want to kind of talk a little bit about it. All right. So let's play this.
Hey, welcome
Hi.
in. Name and age.
Tony, 31.
All right, Tony, what do you do?
I am a barber. I own my own shop. And then I'm also a part of the social media team for the future senator of Missouri for District 4.
Okay, you smell good too, girl.
Thank you.
What are you looking for today in a guy?
I want somebody who is honest. I want somebody that wants to enjoy life and not just, working and making money is fun, but I want somebody who also wants to enjoy life. I want somebody who is seriously looking for a partner and not just a body.
Okay. What are your deal breakers to that point?
I would say a lack of emotional intelligence. That's a big one. Somebody who, I guess it kind of ties into emotional intelligence, but someone who's not comfortable with who they are. That's a big deal breaker.
Mm-hmm.
And then.
Okay, so I just want to stop. Do you guys hear? If you can do like an emoji, if you can hear it, okay. Or like hit the heart or something, if you can hear it. I'm not sure. I don't want to play the whole thing and then let me see. Let me kind of go back to make sure that you guys can hear it.
Okay. What are your deal breakers today?
Okay, yeah, you guys can hear it. All right. So I just want to first say off the way she came off and the way she started it. She's not saying like, "Oh, I need the 666s." Everything that she's saying that it is, pretty reasonable. Like for like that she's looking for a partner, and as you can see, no one's popped the balloon. So let's have her continue.
I don't know. I feel like it's kind of case by case sometimes, but there's some foundational ones.
Okay, what do you like to do for fun?
Ooh, I enjoy traveling, like everybody does. I love going to concerts. That's a big one that I do. I'm very close with my friends and family, so we do a lot of group activities, cookouts, just little celebrations. So I would say that's like my top 3.
Okay. All right, girl. So we don't have any pop balloons.
Ooh.
So what we're going to do is we're going to.
Yeah, now that's another thing. She don't have any pop balloons. Do you like why? Why doesn't she have any pop balloons? So it might be the case that men are wanting to hear more, or they're trying to dig deeper because I mean, under certain people, I guess preferences, she may not be the preference for majority of people out here because of her aesthetics. So it kind of shows like, okay, so what So what is it? What is keeping these men from not popping the balloon to her? So let's let her see.
So ask a couple of questions to the guys. See who will be the best match for you today. What question would you like to ask them?
Ooh, okay. Hi, y'all. Okay. First question. So for me, sense of community is really important. I'm very close with my friends. I'm very close with my family. I'm very much so, it takes a village person, and I have a great village. So I guess it's kind of a two-parter, not a long one. What's your take on like sense of community? Do you feel like you have a good community? And could you think of an example of something big or small that your village shows up for you and has done for you?
Okay. All right. So we're going to start at the end and work our way back.
Okay.
Name and age, and you can answer her question.
My name is Isaiah. I'm 29, and I say I got a big community for sure. Everybody shows up for me, mainly doing like military stuff because I used to be in the military.
What branch?
Army.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't know. I can't really say too much. It's just
You know what? This question is kind of interesting too, because who you around really makes a difference. And if you are, hey, just Andrea, we're talking about relationships and why people are single. So I found this, we're in the middle of this video, and we're just trying to find out what is it about her that men are not popping their balloon for.
just I say military and like birthdays and stuff like that. Everybody show up for everybody for birthdays, celebrations, anything. That's just how my family is. So
Okay, great.
All right. Name and age, answer her question.
My name is Devin. I'm
Hi.
25. I have a good community, family, friends, even in the workplace.
Mhm.
If I need help with something, I mean, they pretty much there.
Okay.
Thick at the end, pretty much.
Anything that like stands out to you that they've done for you?
It's too many to think about.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
I can say nothing comes to my head right now. I'll just say when I didn't have my car recently, my car went out a few months ago and I didn't have a car and I was looking for a car and family and friends to let me use their car. So, I mean, that's the best as I got.
Good stuff.
But I got a car now though.
Okay. Vroom, vroom.
So
Thank you.
I have a pretty strong village. Will you name?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm Corleone. I'm 30 something.
30 something.
Yeah,
30.
34,
Oh,
34.
okay.
But I don't like telling my age real like that. But I have a very strong village. I make music, so I have a lot of strong support.
Okay.
Older people, younger people, kids. You know, so that's pretty much it for real. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
And then what's a scenario that they showed up for you?
Just the support. You know, my shows, my music that I have online. You know, they purchase music. They just there. You know.
Yeah.
And sometimes, as an artist, you have a lot of weight on your shoulders and shit. So sometimes they come through for me.
I don't know. I don't think I could ever be on a show like this because some of these, some of the questions be, I don't know. I feel like they don't be answering the questions for real, for real. They just kind of like bounce around. But let's continue.
I mean, just let me know. Just encourage me, when they know shit hard. I don't have to say nothing sometimes. They just are. Okay.
Just fill in when they need to.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, great.
For sure.
Hello, I'm Tom. I'm 41. And my grandfather used to be the pastor of the church, which a lot of the whole community attended. I've put on my own food drives and toy drives in the community. We've been in the parades and things like that. The community always shows up. Everybody pretty much knows everybody. I'm from Alton.
Okay.
It's a smaller town. It's actually called a township. But for the most part, I mean, it's all family love and, community affairs. Everybody pops out, supports everybody in the small businesses.
That's really great.
My name is Cole. I'm 38, and I have a small community. My family always show up for me. When I was young, I used to play basketball, football. They always used to come out and support me. So, yeah.
Awesome. Did you say your name was Cole or Carl?
Carl.
Carl. Okay.
Hey, what's up, Q? Yes. The questions are, I don't know. I feel like the questions are just Andre. Okay, so when she asked the questions, do you have do you have a supportive family, whatever? And it's like it's either yes or no, and they support in this kind of way. I feel like sometimes people make more than what it is because they're really trying to, make themselves look more than, what they are, kind of thing. It's like they're trying to impress people. But to me, I kind of feel like if you don't have it, just be honest with it. But I think sometimes people try to answer the questions to impress the person and not necessarily the truth.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's over.
Michael, 33. I have a great community around me. I think it's a good community that can build and grow upon different things in life, and just the support that you feel like, hey, if you're down and out, that they'll be able to show up for you.
Okay.
All right. Another question to the guys.
Okay, this one's going to be a little quirky. I want to figure out your fun side. So, what is one thing about you, whether that be personality-wise or something you do in your life that people wouldn't expect? So, for example, for me, this is the true test right now. I have a YouTube channel, and I review hot dogs. It's one of my favorite foods. Lizzie Goddess, that's the name.
You know what? Okay, so I don't know who this person is, but they know who she is. And I actually went to her, I went to her page, right? I will show you that in a minute, but I'm gonna get kind of through some of these pop balloons.
So that's what I call myself, between the buns. Yeah. So I review hot dogs. Most people wouldn't expect that. So like, what's something like unexpected or fun about, unexpectedly fun about you?
So you're reviewing the taste of them? What are you reviewing?
Okay, so so I go to restaurants that sell hot dogs.
Yeah.
And usually my control is a hot dog with just mustard, because that's my favorite way to have a mustard.
Okay.
And then I try one of their specialty hot dogs,
Okay.
and I'm basing it on the quality of meat, meat to bun ratio.
Look at this dude right here. Already nasty. And this kind of brings it up too. I tried to have two people get together, right? And they made a comment to this person. And so when they made a comment, the person automatically went to the gutter, and he started talking sexually to her. And I was thinking to myself, that's a whole nother stream for a whole nother time. But the nature of a man is gonna go there, right? So when you talk about hot dogs, you know a hot dog is like a phallus. I mean, it just has that shape, right? So it automatically, and then somebody knew who she was. So I think that might have been like a reason, because yes, men are very, they're very mental. So let's continue what she has to say.
The toppings, all those little fun things.
Yeah.
So, but that's like one of my favorite. I used to eat hot dogs a lot when I was a little kid, and I have a pretty defined palate, but I love hot dogs. We all have our comfort foods. So
Okay. All right. That is definitely different. Come on. Let's go get your answer. All right. You can answer her question.
I say, so I'm in a bowling league.
Bowling. Okay.
But I also ride horses too.
I love horses. Okay, cool.
Don't beat the hot dogs.
My name is Devin. I'm 25, almost 26. One thing about me that I do on the side is also as a hobby, as a sport. I travel and play competitive paintball tournaments throughout the state.
Ooh, okay.
It's different.
Well, I'm gonna go back to my music. I make music, different types of music. It could be rock, R&B, anything. You probably wouldn't expect it from a person that look like me, but
What's been your most fun genre to do? I'm so sorry.
Honey, it's your show. You can say whatever you want, but he's kind of boring, so we're gonna pass him. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's just pretty much whatever's in the moment, the vibe, and I'm usually up for it.
As the kids say, YOLO, you're a YOLO kind of person.
That part.
What was the question again? I'm sorry.
What's something like unexpectedly fun about you?
That's a red flag. He's not paying attention. She probably mentioned that hot dog, and now he got hot dog on the mind and what a hot dog look like. Going in her mouth and all that stuff. All right, let's go.
Like not at face value, I would expect that like you're into or that you enjoy.
That I enjoy. I like to play chess. I mean,
Okay.
that's one of the things I like to play since I've been young. I've been playing chess, so that's one of the things I love to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely not the level that you got with YouTube, but I would say that I oversee a nonprofit charity called Infinite Hands.
Okay.
So I've been doing that for the last 10 years. So that's a passion for me because I think it's important to give back, especially in the times we got going on right now.
Great.
All right. So let's get you to pop one balloon.
Oh
Now look, she came out. Nobody popped the balloon, right? And not that I mean, maybe one person knew who she did, but the majority of people did not know what she did. But she came out, she was respectful. You know, she's fully covered, even though she got her little leopard print. Ooh, sexy, sexy. But you know, she's fully covered and her clothes fit. And she has a really nice, bubbly personality, right? Okay, so she has to pop somebody balloon, but let the games begin. Now it's about to get into the meat and potatoes of this situation.
Yeah, I've been trying to spare you.
no. Okay.
Yeah, one balloon, just one.
Okay. I'm sorry.
All right. So you can stay down here. And before we get into why you decided to pop, why did you have your balloon unpop?
Well, I just, she's just seemed interesting. The hot dogs is what got me. The glizzy,
Told you. You can tell by his face. It was the hot dog for him because it goes to that thing where it's like how you eat a hot dog. Matter of fact, I had a hot dog today. But it's a mental thing. So let's just proceed.
I wasn't gonna pop. I was gonna pop, but she said she like hot dogs. And she tests hot dogs out, so I felt like that. Yeah, but that's
Why did you decide to pop?
I think you have a great personality. I love music, so I love that you're into it. I just feel like aesthetically, you're probably not my type. Also, I don't know if it's significant or not, but you have a ring on your finger.
Yeah.
Are you married?
No, I'm not married.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well, yeah, just not. I'm just not like physically attracted to you.
Oh, okay, it's not fine.
Thank you.
Mhm.
All right. So let's get you to ask one more question to the guys. Then we're going to turn it over to them and let them begin to ask you some questions. Okay. What question would you like to ask?
Okay. What is something? Let me get my words right. What is something you truly value about being in a relationship with somebody? Whether that's something that makes you better or something about the dynamic itself, but what's something you enjoy about being in a relationship that you want to be in?
That you want to be. It's important. All right. Have you answered?
I'd probably say being able to understand each other, you know, the communication, everything like that. It ain't too much else for real.
Okay.
Communication for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Asking the hard questions.
Great.
Mine would be authenticity.
Okay.
I definitely want you to 100% be who you.
Maybe.
All right. So let's stay down here before we get into why you decided to pop. Why did you have your balloon pop?
Nah, she just seemed bubbly and funny.
So I'm just kind of clipping over it because a lot of the answers are kind of I just wanted to get to the meat part of it. I want you guys to see like her choices. Like she has a lot of choices, and then why each other decided to like pop. So okay, we about to get to it now.
I like that.
Thanks.
All right. And why did you decide to pop?
I guess kind of the opposite. Like you seem fun. You're just a little quiet, which it could be nerves, but.
A little bit.
Okay. Dang.
That's all I gotta say.
All right. Why did you decide to pop?
It's the piercings. It's the face piercings. Very attractive. It's just distracting to me. We can have a conversation, but I would be focused on the piercings. But it's not my thing.
Valid.
That's a legitimate thing. Like, not everybody gets other people aesthetics, the piercing of the face, or sometimes people have like tattoos, they don't like it. And, that's everybody's preference kind of thing, if that's what they want. So respectable. Because she's coming across very nice and very, like, she has her stuff together, and she's very ladylike, and she's carrying herself in a very respectful way. Even when she has to pop somebody's balloon, she's nice. She doesn't come across like mean about it. Okay.
That's it.
All right. Is he a type? Why not?
I would say he is, like, very polished. You seem like you are sure about who you are, and I like that.
Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you. All right. So we do have a couple of balloons that are not popped. What we're going to do is open the communication up again between you and the guys, but I'm going to let them begin to ask you some questions.
Okay.
All right. What question would you like to ask?
When you are just in your own leisure time, what are things that you just like to do to relax?
Ooh. Okay. I will preface with relaxation has not been a thing for me lately. Business is transitioning, so dealing with a lot of that. I would say we just did a lot of work on our backyard, so I like.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's it.
What do you see yourself in the next 5-10 years? Like, what do you want to do, like, in that window of time, whether it's family, career? What does that look like for you?
Okay. Family, career, whatever. Okay. Family, I would love to be at least seriously with somebody, hopefully married, engaged. That's a good start. Career, I am focusing on elevating my business. Like I said, we're in a transitional period, which is going great. Really excited for.
She keep using the word we. I wonder who we is. She's not really getting into it, but yeah, that would be like a red flag for me, because I would ask, like, who is we? And why are you saying we? Are you taking care of somebody? Are you with somebody? You have a roommate? Like, what? But it seemed like that's not the question. Okay, so let's kind of right here.
Snowboarding, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Are those gauges that you have?
Yes, they are.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I've never really been a fan of the gauges in the ears, that's all.
Okay.
But other than that, like, I love your personality. You're tall, like, and you're very energetic, and I love that energy.
Good. Thank you.
Is he a type? Why not?
Yes and no. I think you're very handsome. You're very well put together. I think, how old did you say you were?
41.
I think that's the biggest thing is the age difference, the 10-year gap. But otherwise, you are very well put together. Great personality.
Thank you.
I feel like the age gap is not an issue. She's 31 and he's 41. I don't know. Sometimes, they say that women mature a little more than men. So sometimes you need to get an older man to kind of balance you out. But, to each his own.
Thank you. All right. Before we get into why you decided to pop, why did you have your balloon unpop?
I wanted to hear her out. She's a beautiful woman. I think that she has a lot going on. So, you want to, it sounds like on the career and entrepreneurship side. So you kind of want somebody that can do things on both lanes. So I like that.
And why did you decide to pop?
I think the overall chemistry, just some things that she maybe, have going on in her life that may not really correlate where I'm at and what I see going on from the next 5 to 10 year plan or things I have going on moving forward. So I think that's the reason.
Okay. Is he a type? Why not?
I would say yes. Again, very handsome. This whole lineup looks great. Just not, I don't know. I would say he is. Yeah. I wouldn't say no. I don't have anything like no. Okay. But it works out because I'm not religious And I would say I'm spiritual, but I'm not religious. So.
I wouldn't say I'm religious, but I would say more so the relationship. I think that's important. So I think that's why I kind of got the feeling a little bit that we may not be
Judging a book.
No, not judging a book. I think it's more so just the things that we may bump heads. That's all I was saying.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's all. But you're a phenomenal woman.
Thanks.
Thank you. All right. So we didn't get a match, but we appreciate you coming out.
Thank
okay.
you.
Thank you so much. And you may walk off. Thank
Okay,
you.
bye, you guys.
Vanilla what? That is
Something.
that's amazing right there. We got Tony, aka Glizzy Goddess. This is we love the name. We love the name.
Looking for my glizzy god.
Oh God, Jesus Christ! You don't let old dudes though. That's terrible.
She don't like old dudes though. That's for real, for real. But okay, so in that scenario that we just watched, people think, oh, you have to look a certain kind of way, but it really is about like your energy and what people think. And as you see, there was reasons why if they weren't matched for each other. Like for her, there were certain guys that she just wasn't attracted to, and that happens, right? Hey, Victoria. And so then it's like for the guys, some of the guys wasn't attracted to her piercing and her gauges and all that kind of stuff. We just was going over relationships and why people are single. And do people really want to be in relationships, or do they just want to be they just want attention? Okay, I'm gonna go back to this because even though she didn't get to pick anybody, I mean, no one picked her, right? Everybody popped the balloon on her kind of situation. And when I was looking at, the comments and stuff like that, someone said this is the best lineup of men of show that I've seen so far. And I think a lot of it has to do because they're not so quick to pop. They really was getting to know her. But then, okay, so she's on YouTube called Between the Buns. And it says, what a great time. It was a great group. Thank you for having me. I guess I wasn't for me to find my glizzy god this go round. So maybe she's willing to come back. But, they got, so this like you got another chance. So there's people in here and everything is like really, really possible. Oh, we will have you back anytime. So, and then people are sitting up here making comments. But like I said, everybody was like very respectful of her. No one said really crazy things like on other shows. But I said, let's go to her channel. Intimate relationships can be exactly. I believe that for sure, for sure. So this is her channel. It's called Between the Buns. And even though she has this channel, she's not really active on it. I was looking, I think the last video was like 2 years ago, kind of thing. And basically she just eats hot dogs. And you see, she just puts hot dogs in her mouth, and men, how they think. I mean, it was a great concept. It's not a lot of views, but yeah, the cute thumbnails. Cute thumbnails. And then she has a she's also on Instagram and stuff. So I mean, I understand like people just have YouTube channels, they really don't use it, but they just use it for like promotion and things like that. But I don't know. I wish I could you funny, Victoria. I wish I could just like ask the question, like, what made you go on this show? Because that's the thing. Like, what is happening where people feel the need that they have to go on these shows? And she might just be going on the show just for publicity, to get as they say, clout. Clout's not a bad thing, but they just dig on these shows to get clout. Because if you really, really want a relationship, that's not clout. Yes, thank you. Because I don't feel like you would have to go on a show like that. You would go out and meet people who you vibe with. I mean, like she has all those piercings in her like ears and her nose and her face. So where would you go to people that has that kind of thing? You know, maybe it's a certain area or I mean, ego. You know what, Victoria, you from New York. Like, is there like an area? I know out here we have Berkeley. In Berkeley, California, you will find a lot of people who like dress like her, look like her, who you can like I guess mish. Like I go to a lot of different places, right? And so I know if I'm going to um like a say I'm trying to think of a place. Okay, say if I'm going out to a club, right? Because I have friends who are DJs and stuff, and I go out to those clubs. I know for sure I'm not gonna find anybody because that's not my scene. You know, we don't have because one, people go there to drink, people go there to do hookah, people go there to turn up, and those are three things that I don't do. But I might go there just to support, you know, my crowd, and this might sound so funny, but my crowd may be like more of like a jazz, like going to like a jazz club or going somewhere to listen to music or um somewhere like that. So people are following their inner fashions on the outside everywhere, all cities. Okay. Loss of hope for love. You know, I feel like there isn't a loss. I just think people have to be more realistic, right? Because a lot of times people are doing too much comparison. They're comparing themselves to like TikTok couples, Instagram perfection, celebrity relationships, and the quote unquote goals that people post. It's not real. Like, oh, body goals, couple goals, this goes, that goes. It's not realistic, you know. So it's almost like a it's a fantasy. It's not reality. And the one thing I really liked about that pop the balloon kind of situation is because you know I've seen pop the balloons where the person came out and they got popped before they even said a word like pop 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 pop, you know, and it's just like there was no reason that person they didn't even give a person a chance. And so I was saying how I said I'm no longer going to like hook anybody up. Like that's in the past. I'm not going to try to like get people together because it never works out because what I know about a person and their insides and who they are as a person, someone else might look at them and they just strictly base them on their looks. And when you base someone on your looks, you will miss out if you don't give them a chance. Because what is attractive to you may not be attractive to this person. You know what I'm saying? So don't let people get into your head. Um, Victoria says adults are doing the middle school thing through the internet. Look at her or him, you know, the middle school vibe via social media. I mean, it's true. I'll never forget. I used to it's real this is a really sad story. Oh my god, it's so sad. But this was it was and I think I've shared this story like a long, 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 long time ago. Um, but it was this girl and she was I don't know, I really didn't see her in school and stuff, but and this kind of has something to do with the topic, but not, but kind of where I remember I used to walk home and she used to walk home as well, right? And so me and her became we got this friendship, right? Well, it would just be after school to the point where she will wait for me because I used to do after school program, this like after school art program. And I will walk her home and then I would walk home, right? Because at first it started off with I would be on one side of the street, she would be on one side of the street, and then she would cross over when it got to her block, and then I would keep going and then she would go into her house, whatever. Then it got to the point where we start like walking on the same side of the street and talking and blah blah. Anyway. So one day I used to never see her, right? So then one day I was in the cafeteria and I think it was raining. Everybody's in the cafeteria. So she started coming towards me, right? So I looked up. I'm like, oh, Oh my goodness. Victoria, her name was Victoria. I'm about to start crying. And they teased her. And it's crazy because you made the comment, even bullying happens at all ages on social media. It's sad. Yeah, because that's what happened with her. She was walking towards the table because she seen me. And they start calling her the dirty girl. What's a dirty girl about to come over here for? All this kind of stuff. And then, I didn't say nothing. I didn't say anything. I stayed quiet. And she looked me straight in my eyes and I just put my head down. And she got so hurt that she went away, right? And so like after school that day, I didn't see her. And so it happened like I only went to the program a couple of times a week, but I didn't see her those couple of times in a week. And so then school was out, right? And I felt bad because I felt really, really bad, and I wanted to go. I knew where she lived, so I was going to go to her house. And as I'm going to go that day to go apologize to her, my grandmother told me a story about a young girl that got killed crossing the street. And it was Victoria. Where I lived in Oakland, it was this really busy street called 98th. And as she was crossing the street, she was hit by a car and it killed her. And that lives with me. That happened to me when I was at the time I was in the 6th grade. So from the 6th grade until now, that still lived with me. And that's the reason why that I speak up and I have a voice, just not for me, but for everybody, and how I don't judge, because I just don't judge a person by their outside. She was a beautiful person. Yes, she didn't have money. Her parents, she was raised by a single mother. They were, they didn't have that much money, and, they don't have resources. They didn't have the resources that I had, kind of thing. And all she wanted to be was my friend. And I should have been a friend. And I should have, I should have spoke up for her. And I think that's when I look at people and relationships, because I feel like if I know someone is lonely, like I try to match them up, only for the simple fact that I want people to be happy. I don't want people to be alone. And I know sometimes we get into our heads like, oh, we're not good enough. That's why I always try to promote like loving yourself and knowing your worth, and standing up for yourself, and don't like get bullied, and don't let people try to tear you down, because I've seen what it can do. And it's like I'm being a person that's being bullied, like I know how it feels. And now I look back at me now and look back at the person I was then, and it's just like, man, there was sometimes I just took it, right? But then a lot of times I didn't take it. And I'm better at it now because I have emotional intelligence. Back then I just, yeah. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. But you know what you said, ego, and ego, oh my God, that really hits the nail on the head and stuff too, because people egos, that kind of like sets the tone, because they want to feed their ego, right? They want somebody with an attractive body. They want the either, if you're either like the tall girl or the short girl, or the tall guy. No one wants a short guy, unfortunately. That sucks. But yes, thank you. We all have had lessons, and those lessons makes us better, because being attractive, having an attractive body don't mean nothing, because you can fix your body. You can fix your body either on the gym or on the table. You can get it done, money comes and goes. So it's like you shouldn't like base somebody on their money kind of thing. You look at all these people that was broke and now they got tons of money, and then now all of a sudden they're attractive because they got money. Nah. What do they say? You wasn't there for my struggle, so don't be there for my success kind of thing. I mean, those I'm talking about people that you've known for a long, long time, but new people, you just don't, you can't really put that. Your style, like you look at these pop the balloon shows and stuff, and they'd be like, I don't like your shoes. I don't like the way you dress. Let me tell you something. I remember dating this guy. His sense of dress was trash. And we went shopping and I picked oh my goodness. You talk about fine. It's like, clothes can make the person, they say clothes make the person. Clothes can make the person, whatever, but it's just like you'd be surprised. You can change the way somebody dress. So if you're looking at the way a person's style or person dressed, like that's just so superficial. It's just crazy. And then, you want to also look at a person's more like their personality. Like, are they fun? Are they exciting? Those kind of things, those kind of characteristics is what people want to look at, because what you want, like, right, they're just shallow, and it's like you shallow. That's what you're gonna get. You're gonna find somebody because of the way they look, and then you're gonna be like, oh, look at this person, they're so fun, they're so beautiful. But then it's like nothing upstairs. It's like, you open up their little brain, it's like poof. It's nothing up there. So right, the super superficial people, out there. And it's like, the thing about it is, if you're really pretty, it's like, okay, you're pretty, but sometimes people, uh that's why they're pretty. I feel like sometimes that's why they're pretty. Or toxic. Yep, that's true too. It's like a person can be they can be attractive, but they can be toxic, but they'll deal with that. They'll deal with um being superficial. They'll deal with the being toxic just so they could have that aesthetic. Ignorant and confused. Not ignorant and confused at the same time. Because what you really want in a relationship, you want high quality, right? Because you always want to keep your standards high. Always keep your standards high. Your expectations low, but your standards high. Pretty can hurt for some. Yeah, it can. It can. Pretty can hurt for some. And I feel like that's just something that people don't talk about, because they talk about, oh, pretty privilege, but is it really a privilege? I mean, it's temporary. It's very, very temporary. It's like a drink. Like alcohol. You can have an alcoholic drink. It make you feel good for that short time, but then afterwards, when it wears down, it's like, okay, now you back however you was feeling. And sometimes it make you sick afterwards. So you got to think about that too. Yes, physically and mentally. You're totally right about that. You know, if you want to build a healthy partnership, a relationship, it's certain things you just want to really look at. You said Beyonce explains a little in her song. But let me tell you something. She got some bangers. Beyonce got some bangers, and she do be saying some messages too. I know. It's just like I feel like sometimes those songs don't really get out there too much, But it's true. Like, music is something for me that is just, oh, it does feed your soul, right? And so when you're listening to like certain music, like the right kind of music, it really can fill you. But when you're looking at a relationship, you want to look at someone who's emotionally safe, right? So you want that emotionally safety with a partner, and you want consistency. Somebody has to be consistent, right? And then um also you got to have respect. That person got to, have respect for you, and good communication. Like, you got to have good communication, and then honesty, accountability, shared values, commitment. And those are the things that people don't talk about. They want to talk about the stuff like, oh, I want them to have a good body. I want them to have money. But they never talk about the things that really, really counts in life, you know. Um, it was a saying, people stay single because they chase wants but neglect needs. Because what you need and what you want are just, it really is two different things. But people don't, they don't look at it that way. They really just look at it in a way where I'm just going to, I want, this is what I want, but it never works for them. It never works for them. And so when you have someone that feels, that's what I said, I'm not helping nobody no more. Everybody can just do what the hell they want to. I need to focus on me. From now on, I'm just focusing on me. I ain't focusing on nobody else. I ain't trying to, my matchmaking days is over. Cupid, I didn't broke all my little arrows and put them in the recycling bin. I'm not doing it no more, because I feel like I'm a good person of character. And I feel bad because it was some people out there. It was some people out there that I was going, like, try to hook up. Yep. I'm just gonna focus on myself and just focus on myself. But I think that's the Libra in me, always trying to, like, kumbaya, always trying to, like, bring people together, always want people to feel loved, always want people to, feel, warm, and I want them to feel like me. Like, I've been very, very lucky, as far as, like, having really good friends in my life, really good family in my life, a great support system. And I know that everybody doesn't have that. Like, I had a friend, I have a friend, and I was trying to get him with somebody he didn't want it. He didn't want it because he didn't like the way they looked. And I was like, what? Like, or somebody might see something and you go, oh, I'm good. Are you really good? Yes, Libra gang, 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 gang. I am up to here. Yes, Victor, I am up to here. You can't see it, but my hand is over my head. I'm up to here with trying to, like, focus on people, trying to help people. This is what I can do. This is what I can do. I can give general advice, right? General advice that can help you, and I think it starts with yourself. So if you get yourself right, you're going to attract, that person for you, kind of thing. Yes, you can't save them that don't want to be saved. Like that song, don't save them, they don't want to be saved. Oh, and this is off the subject, but on the subject, right? I was looking at the Diddy, the Diddy docu-series on Netflix. You know what? It's so funny. I was talking to someone today, and I was telling them, I'm like, oh, I'm on number 4. I think it's just 4. And I said, I'm almost done with number 4, right? But I had been watching it all dang on day. And it's really good. And it's not what people think it is, right? It's really not. But it's really a life lesson, because a really wise person told me you have to research people, right? And I'm a big time like ology person. So the psychology, anthropology, uh sociology, all those ologies, psychology, whatever. I'm a big ology person. So I know all of those, like, come together, and to hear and see, like, how P. Diddy started off and how he became who he was, it was crazy. But the thing about it is he surrounded himself by a bunch of weak people that didn't love themselves. Because if you love yourself, you would not be around that crazy. Call it the Calology. I like that, Calology. I should change my channel to Calology. Let me write that down. I'll give you credit. I like that. Kellyology. That's right. Yeah, I mean, the general advice to those who already receive it will accept the advice. Exactly, because I feel like too, when you tell somebody something, it's like you can tell them, but if they're not wanting it, it's true. Like I remember I was on this live one time and this guy was like, I like this and I like that. And I was like, no one asked you what you liked. Like, who cares what you like? But a lot of times that happens with people where they just really feel the need to like tell you what they want, you know. But to me personally, it's like it is what it is kind of thing. But yeah, I've kind of like just to wrap everything up, you know, I really feel because I started it off with like these talking points of like people are single because there's either one person that you know their fear of rejection kind of thing, you know, so they don't want to be told no. That you know, so they just rather flirt and just feel it out. But then even if they flirt and they get a little bit something back, they don't even know how to they don't even know how to talk to the person. Like communication is so hard for so many people. It's just crazy, right? So, you know, hopefully what people will just kind of learn how to talk and how to hold a conversation. Yes. Yeah, 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 you're right, you're right, you're right. So it's just like we just have to you know, if you want to look, you can't look on the internet. You cannot look on the internet for a partner, period. He said it's beyond their first dream allowed. I think what happens a lot of times is they get someone, you know what, and I don't know, this is kind of like, but they talk about corn, like corn, you know what I'm talking about, but with the P, how that kind of messes up people too when they are into that, and then, you know, they don't realistically they don't know how to like be in a relationship or do that, right? Because I mean, for me, I mean, what I like and what I desire and what I want is very different from a lot of people, right? But you got to be that person. You know what I'm saying? You got to be the person that has the looks. You got to be the person that has the money. You got to be the person with the personality. And you got to be the person who healed and who is consistent and who is loyal and has a good humor. You have to be that person. And then that's what you're going to attract. You can't be okay, you could be pretty, right? But if you're pretty, but you're stupid and you ain't got nothing going for you and you like hella needy and you always want attention and you always like looking at bad advice, getting advice from a whole bunch of bad people and stuff, it's like how you gonna attract somebody good in your life? You know, it's like how sway. Yes, people they're not ready for what they asked for, you know, and this okay, so then you get it now what? And if you're not the right person, because I think what people are is they're delusional. How you gonna get a good person in your life, either male or female, but you not even you want all these different qualities, but you don't have those qualities. You don't have them. So how do you expect to have a person with a beautiful heart and a beautiful personality when you're cold and dark and black inside? This just doesn't work like that. Like you're gonna have to be warm and full of love to be able to attract love to you, kind of thing. So that's just something to think about. But yeah, I definitely want to touch on this another time. Yeah, I was really motivated to come and talk about that. I really want to come. It's just like because so many people I talk to, and they just got me just like I was telling somebody today. I said, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. People act like, oh, I don't know why I'm single. It's like, no, You're single because you don't want to be, like I said, like I named it. Do you want attention or do you want love? Right? You just want somebody to constantly validate you. You just want constant attention. You want to feel attractive. And so you play the role and you play this like, woe is me, woe is me. And then the person's constantly stroking your ego kind of thing. But that's not, and that's like maybe for that person, but that's not going to be sustainable for a relationship because after a while, that's going to get old. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I know a lot of times men, oh, I'll just say men and women, they want to be like women want to be nurturers, right? And then men, uh they want to be that person that's a provider, right? So it goes both ways. So it has to be like a even balance. But if one is off, and I guess that says about Libras, if our scales is off, forget about it. It's a wrap. We ain't going for it. We are not going for it at all. But I'm going to end it on that note. Thank you for everybody that came in, that stopped by, that said hi, that gave me a like. I appreciate it so much. And if no one has told you today that they love you, I love you. Mwah, 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 mwah. Bye. Thanks for hanging out with me, Victoria. Appreciate you. See you guys later. Have a good night.